Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 11 of the Resilience Rundown. I'm your host, Thomas Bryant from Commvault, and I'm joined today by Giles Westie from DataPivot. Welcome to the show, Giles. Could you tell our listeners a bit about yourself and DataPivot technologies?
Absolutely, Thomas. Thanks for having me, first of all. And yes, I'm Giles Westie. I'm the founder and president of DataPivot Technologies. I founded DataPivot in 2015. Uh, we bootstrapped the company. We spun out of Commvault. Previously, I worked at Commvault for almost 8 years. And me and an engineer who knew the solution and a lot of other solutions in the IT space set out to build a enterprise technology solutions provider and systems integrator and reseller for many different things to many different people. And we're in our 10th year of business now. At first we earned, one, commercial or enterprise customer at a time. At this time, we're outgrowing our third headquarters and north of 150 customers, and have sales reps in the Southeast United States, in addition to New England, where we're headquartered just north of Boston. And basically, we focus on all things data, data protection, first and foremost, data security, data storage, SaaS, cloud, infrastructure. One area we thrive is multi-cloud and hybrid global data protection. We've become extremely proficient with Commvault, and like to say that we have the best Commvault engineers and technical personnel in the world outside of Commvault. Recently, we got recognized as the top Commvault solution provider in the Eastern United States, and we want to grow that one customer success at a time, helping them tackle their challenges. Really focus on outcomes and backwards engineering the outcome the customer desires, and we use Commvault as the enterprise software to do the data movement, do the data management, do the data protection, the cyber resilience. So we like to say we're a custom home builder for global data protection, and we don't just sell you it. We're accountable after the sale, and we help you implement it. It's kind of handing someone the keys to the house to move in, the custom house. But in this scenario, it's a custom global data protection for whatever size business we're working with.
Wow, that's awesome. And congratulations on the growth. It's always great to see technology companies growing and thriving. One of the things that we've been hearing a lot more in the news is this concept of resilience, in business resilience, business continuity. How does resilience play a role in how you're helping to serve your customers?
Sure. So cyber resilience is very hot right now. And disaster recovery and business continuity and backup and recovery is something we've always focused on. And cyber resilience is what it's morphed into. So there's various types of things we have to respond to and be ready for. Day-to-day basic restores, maybe even day-to-day basic reporting requests. But that goes all the way to absolute disasters, data center outages, crashes, ransomware hacks. So it really runs the gamut.
Yeah.
So uptime is very important. Having smooth operations is very important. Just customer service and customer sat is very important to us. So if our customers are having a bad day due to their production systems being down, that's the worst. So customer service, data protection, cyber resilience. What we like to say, Thomas, is we improve the ransomware posture with many different layers proactively.
Yeah, I mean, so as you're finding success with customers, are there any challenges that stand out that seem to be common across your customers that you're talking to? Like what's the big problems these days that they're trying to solve?
Well, data protection requirements have become so much more complex. as well as the threat of ransomware and hackers is 100 times more prevalent.
Hmm.
So now there's SaaS workloads, there's containers, there's Kubernetes, there's Docker, there's new databases that didn't exist before. It used to be Microsoft SQL and Oracle and maybe DB2.
Yeah.
Now it's DynamoDB and Cassandra and so many other things.
Yeah.
So there's so many SaaS solution providers as well, and that also has to be protected.
Mm.
There's cloud, and you know, someone might be running major workloads, large organizations in GCP, Azure, AWS, plus VMware, plus Hyper-V, and many other types of hypervisors. It's really complex. And then you have the ransomware thing. So we're really helping clients be prepared for to efficiently support that complexity. It's like the
Hmm.
hardest job in the entire data center. Data management is the one that no one really wants because all the applications in the whole company globally combined into one, and we have to move that data every single night.
Yeah.
We just in case the system's down, someone has to respond. You get it back, first assessing the situation. So there's a lot of complexity. Then you got the ransomware threat. They're becoming more and more sophisticated.
Hmm.
Their budgets are bigger. They're using AI. So it's kind of like
Mm.
an arms race of the bad guys and the good guys. And the sophistication and the motivation and the budget of the bad guys is getting better and better and better. And so to keep up, we have to throw money, resources, and attention just to play defense from a resilience and ransomware posture standpoint. So that's a huge challenge that we're helping clients with day in, day out.
Yeah. I mean, so when customers go through and they implement, these platforms and technologies, and they try to make themselves more resilient, are they seeing any kind of like success? I mean, like what are the success criteria for them? Is it reduction in downtime? Is it faster, recovery? I mean, what are the, I guess, kind of the key metrics, I guess, that define success for in the modern day with data protection?
It's being able to respond to any recovery situation and recovery
Mm.
scenario. So server down, application down. A lot of it doesn't have anything to do with data protection and backup and
Mm.
recovery, and a lot of it does. But where we typically focus is data protection, restores, disaster recovery, and cyber resilience. So
Okay.
um, it's it's definitely a huge challenge that we constantly focus on.
I mean, if we're talking about the over the last kind of 20 years or so, how things have changed, I am kind of curious because I mean, you did say, you were at Commvault for a long time,
Yeah.
and you have clearly seen a lot. And with the introduction of things like ransomware, are there other big like shifts? I mean, we've seen some of them with things like hypervisors with VMware and now with cloud, but are there big shifts in the way that the industry is looking, or the perception that we're looking at when it comes to like cyber resilience and data protection?
Oh yeah, massive shifts. It's There's been a lot of startups in the space. There's been a lot of noise in the space, a lot of attention, and like I said, cloud, SaaS, and the sophistication of the hackers keeps changing. It's constantly something that someone needs to manage and maintain. It's really hard to automate it in a large, heterogeneous environment that's global and enterprise.
So with that kind of, I'll take a little sidetrack. Is so do a lot of customers come to you with, hey, I've got, some other technology, maybe non-Commvault, or maybe it is, I don't know, where they've got one solution, or, with all these different things, it sounds like a lot of customers might have a lot of point products. Is that something they're trying to kind of, are they trying to standardize, I guess, and reduce the number of tools? Because it sounds like it could be pretty daunting.
Yes. So some customers, to name a real world example, might have four different solutions.
Mm.
They have native cloud snapshots. They have a point solution here for one workload, point solution there for another workload. Another scenario, they're not backing it up. And another scenario for maybe the majority of their stuff, they have something they don't particularly like that doesn't work perfectly for their needs, might cost too much money. So they have different business drivers. And what we can do combined with Commvault is we can say we can give you one unified solution for your entire enterprise for all your workloads. And instead of having 4 to 6 recovery scenarios, many different pieces of hardware to support and software maintenance is to pay, we can give you one unified place to manage it, upgrade it, one DR process. Because luckily, Commvault is very versatile and comprehensive and probably the most complete solution in the world that's offered in our marketplace. The hard part is, do you know how to set it up correctly to best practices and get it to work in an efficient manner the first time? And that's where our Commvault and data protection professionals do a nice job with their many years of experience getting things right the first time and allowing our clients to have a pretty good experience, actually achieve the objective, because it's easier said than done to deploy this stuff, have it operational long term.
Yeah, I imagine the especially in the modern enterprise with all the different platforms, it can be daunting when you're trying to do something so sophisticated. So, I guess to wrap things up, if you could give the folks that are listening, some advice in terms of IT, looking for something in a strategic IT solution provider, what kind of advice would you kind of maybe partake on our listeners?
Well, I take a consultative approach in any real world situation, and I would ask, what do you look for in an IT solution provider? Yeah. Some clients are looking for just low cost. Some clients are looking for amazing service. Some clients are looking for customized attention. And then some are looking for experts at various different technologies. So I would also say, and once I do that, is try out the DataPivot difference and give DataPivot a shot to meet your needs. And, we do a great job with our technical bench. We're very good technical people, provide amazing customer service. We have analysts on staff to help them kind of cut through the noise. Hey, this vendor's saying that. This vendor's saying that. Yeah. And we can say, well, from our neutral third-party perspective, we know all 3 to 5 vendors you're looking at, and here are the questions that you might want to ask them and the pitfalls that you might want to pay attention to and avoid. And maybe, here are our top 2 or number 1 recommendations. It's pretty cool to work. DataPivot, how we differentiate ourselves is we have a very active founder. We're a pure play company, and we're organically growing by adding value in the marketplace day in, day out. And we're very consistent and rise to the challenges, and we're resourceful and responsive. Lots of customer service type habits and non-technical things. We like to say we're a customer service company that happens to provide technology solutions.
I like that. Yeah.
So that's what I would say is someone who meets your needs the best, provides great service quickly, accurately, doesn't make mistakes, and sets you up for success, maybe gets you wins, reduces risk, etc.
Yeah, I love that answer. I mean, that's fantastic. You really look for somebody to be that trusted advisor kind of. I like that thought side process. So, Giles, for our listeners, if they're watching this and they want to learn more, they want to reach out, what's the best way to engage with you? Is it on social media, LinkedIn? What's the best platform for you to get for folks to reach out?
Yeah, you can hit our website, contact any of our people on LinkedIn, salespeople, technologists. Sales@datapivottech.com is a useful email. And there's ways to track me down on social media as well.
Okay.
And we'd love to hear from anyone who's interested to learn more about cyber resilience and data protection specifically, or various other needs of the data center.
Awesome. Well, again, I'd like to thank you for coming on the Resilience Rundown today. And for our listeners who are watching, please do engage with us. Let us know what you like about our content and what you'd like to hear about next time on the Resilience Rundown. And please do reach out to Giles and DataPivot Technologies. They're a great company. I've had the opportunity to talk and work with them a little bit, and I think it'd be a great conversation that you can have. So thanks a lot, Giles. And to our listeners, have a fabulous day.
Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it.